Good morning again, guys. As y'all already know, anybody that watches any of my videos, I'm sure nobody really finishes them or anything, but it's all good. After my surgery last Thursday of last week, they went in and cut out significant amounts of bone out of my L4 and L5 vertebrae, and then they cut a pretty good amount of damaged discs out. Did a few other things, put me all back together. Starting the very next day after surgery, the doctor's orders, I have to walk every day, every hour on the hour for 5 to 15 minutes for the next month. Can't bend over 10 degrees at the waist. I can't sit upright. A lot of rules to go by with it, so that it will heal properly. Here we are at the beginning of October and into September, early October. I gotta wait. I can't do anything till my next doctor visit, which is December the 3rd. I've already been out of work since late June, so the finances at home are really rough. My point saying with all this, the point I'm getting to is we're still okay. I'm able to feed my hogs, able to feed my kids. Wife started her first job about a month and a half ago she's ever had, trying to help. 3 weeks into her new job, her days and hours got kicked back from 5 hours a day to 3 hours, or 5 days a week to 3 days a week. And from there, it's a 5.5 hours a day, so she's getting like 16 and a half hours a week. We live in a rural place, and you gotta drive a good distance to get a good, decent job. But all the same, point with this is trust in God. Say your prayers every morning, every evening. Be thankful for what you have. Don't be discouraged by what you don't have or what you're not getting out of life. We're only going to get out of life what we put into it. And that's just the facts. My brother that owns this land, as you can see, it's a beautiful piece of land. He's got 18 acres here. As you can see over there, there's a lake back there. He also has 6 acres of land with a home on it, a quarter mile up the road, with a boathouse on a dock. He owns another nice chunk of land, beautiful, over on the St. Johns River. Nice chunk. And he's accumulated all this in the last 6 to 8 years, after having a bad accident, going through a divorce, losing everything he had and worked for his whole life. He lost everything. And just from hard work and determination and faith in God, he's accumulated all of this and more, and even more so. The good Lord will look out for you. He is real. He is there. And whether we know it or not, whether we realize it or not, he's with us every day, every minute of every day, every waking minute, every minute you're asleep. He is with you. He is real. He is there. I have a few of my own testimonies. And the late Phil Robertson and a dear friend of mine I work with at my job steered me towards the Bible more than I had ever been steered before, and the Lord. And during all the fighting with my cancer a while back, a year and a half ago was about the time I finished it up. Actually, it's been 2 years this coming January. It's been 2 years since I had my last radiation treatment, and the cancer's gone. But during all that, I had a true hit the nail on the head with a hammer testimony with the Lord. And I'll share that with you guys on another video. I gotta put this thing in my pocket here in a second. But ooh, nice deer tracks. Ow. But just want to let you guys know, when you're going through bad stuff in life, things aren't quite what you want them to be. You're not quite as comfortable as you would like to be. You don't have the amount of money you'd like to have. You're not eating what you want to eat. You can't buy the shoes you want to buy. You know, you can't do the things for your kids you'd like to do due to finances or what have you. Just don't let it worry you. If you lose your job, don't worry about it. It will come to you. Just have faith in the Lord. That's all you got to have. Let him, accept him into your life and your heart every day. And tell people, try to steer other loved ones and friends and stuff to him. That's what we're supposed to do. And we're supposed to love each other and our fellow neighbor, our family. We're supposed to love everybody. All these problems in the world today, they talk about the deficits and all this crap. We don't have the only deficit we have in this world is a love deficit. People, when I was a kid, 50 years ago, 40 years ago, when you seen somebody going down the road, and you use the only two vehicles on that road, a little 2-lane country road, never seen the vehicle in your life, you don't know who's driving it, but people would always wave at one another. A lot more people went to church back then. And there's just a lot more love in the world. It was still horrible in a lot of places, including here in the U.S. and certain areas, but nowhere near what it is today. So, not telling anybody what to do, just sharing my opinions and my life experiences, but trusting God, Jesus Christ. They're with us. We wouldn't be here if it wasn't for them. Everything we touch on this planet is here by the grace of God, even if it's man-made, because if it wasn't for him, we wouldn't be able to build things. Anyhow, I just wanted to talk to you guys a little bit today. A little something different than the hogs or taking the kids over to the river, getting crabs or fishing or whatever. Just wanted to talk to you guys and reach out a little bit. And I've got a lot on my mind I need to vent about, but no sense in venting. I know the Lord's going to take care of it, but I still wanted to just get on here and talk a little bit with you guys and share a little bit of this beautiful countryside with you. Every morning I come in here, there's deer out here grazing on this grass. There's turkey, lots of them too. I've seen 20 or 30 turkey out here at a time on a regular basis. It's odd if you don't see at least 10 at a time. And the same with the deer. There's does with their fawns. There's one doe we've gotten real familiar with, me and the kids. And ever since the fawns were no higher than my knees. Ooh, there's a big old buck track. Ow. But we've got to watch them fawns grow ever since they were born, and she first had them out here. They've lost all their spots now, so they look like miniature adult deer. They're growing beautifully, and it's neat watching them play. Sometimes they sit out here all by themselves and be laying out here in the grass or bouncing around playing with one another. It's pretty neat to watch. Joyful, peaceful. Oh, there's some more tracks. Ooh, that's another big one. There. Anyhow, I just wanted to talk to you guys a little bit today. Ooh, there's some more tracks. That's a doe there. Right there. There's another one. Yeah, they're thick in here. Anyhow, I just wanted to talk to you guys this morning. Say hey, do something a little different, and share the love and my experiences with Jesus Christ. You know, it's all you need in your life. You know, if you've got food in your belly, a roof over your head, you're gonna be okay. If you don't have it at the moment, you're gonna be okay. Just, you know, pray to God, do what's right, love your fellow man, give your thanks every day. Everything you eat, everything you do, just, you know, at the end of the day, thank the good Lord for it. Thank him when you wake up in the morning. If it wasn't for him, we wouldn't wake up. He wants us here. He wants us to thrive. He wants us to work together and you know, have an abundantly full life. But with the free will he gives us, we're going to get out of life what we put into it. So if we do as he says, you know, follow the 10 commandments, share the gospel of God that he's, you know, and he's going to see you through any hardship you're going through. Anyhow, you guys have a beautiful day. I hope you all are healthy and happy and comfortable. If you're not, it's going to be okay. You know, I'm wearing these old boots right now. The soles are still good on them, still got plenty of tread, but I got to use duct tape to hold the suit soles on. They're still comfortable. They protect my feet. We don't need much more than that. I'd like to have a new pair, but I don't need a new pair. These are just fine and dandy. If more people would look at things that way in life, they'd be a lot happier. Materialistic garbage does not bring happiness. You know, I've got people at work tell me, why do you drive that old truck? Man, you need to get a new truck. For what? It takes me to work, it takes me to the doctor, and it takes me to the grocery store. And I make money with it on occasion, you know, moving things for people or anything else. Yeah, it's a 1991 F-150. It's not in the greatest shape. It's got a little over 370,000 miles on the original engine and transmission. She's still going strong. She burns some oil, leaks some oil. I'll put about 1.5 quarts to 2 quarts a week in it. But I don't need it. I don't need nothing new. I don't need payments. I don't need that high dollar insurance, which is just a scam anyways, as with everything today that involves the almighty dollar. But I don't need nothing else. I don't need a big Purdy F350. The status quo, put it that way, because that's all that stuff really is. If you're not using a truck for heavy duty work, you don't need a 3/4 ton or a 1 ton pickup truck. It's a waste of money. And the only reason most people have them is for that status quo. They just want to look like the top dog in town or in their neighborhood. You know, you don't need all that stuff. And if people would start thinking that way, they'd be a lot happier. I can be content with nothing. And I've had it all, and I've had nothing. You know, I've lived in 5-bedroom homes close to the beach. all kind of people wanting to hang out all the time and stuff. And I've been down in the dumps with nothing. I'm still here, and right now I actually probably have less than I've ever had in my life when it comes to material things. I don't have a brand new pair of pants, brand new shirt. I don't have a new pair of socks in my closet. I have, the clothes you guys see me in these videos, these are my clothes. I know you don't see me much, but they're my clothes. I wear them to work, or I'll wear them to the mall to go buy something that you can't buy anywhere else but the mall, which never happens. I ain't been in a mall in many years. What I'm saying is, you don't need all of that crap. It's a waste of money, and all you're doing is wasting your money, your hard-earned dollars. My kids, I raise them the best I can in the manner I was raised, other than there's no alcohol drinking on a daily basis in my home. There's no drug use and stuff like that. They know the Bible a little bit. I read to them. We talk about it. They watch videos on here with me, with Phil Robertson, Charlie Kirk. Rest in peace, both of them. Great men. But they would rather load up in the back of this old pickup truck with a cooler, with some sodas, maybe a pack of bologna and a loaf of bread, or fishing poles, and go riding out in the backwoods, dirt roads, and spend the whole day doing that, fishing in a little fishing hole that's secluded way out in the woods that not too many people know about. Pitch a tent, get their machetes, cut some palmettos and sticks, and make themselves a actual, almost weatherproof little shelter out of what they find in the bushes. Like you see that Bear Grylls or Les Stroud, the Survivor Man, and other people do. My kids would rather do any of that, or come out here and feed the hogs and the cows, the neighbors' cows over here. Gentleman that me and my brother have known since we were little kids. He knew our father. He's got a big herd of Black Angus over there, and the kids love to go over there with a little bit of hog feed and feed the cows. They would rather do that any day of the week than to go to Disney World or Busch Gardens or SeaWorld or any of them money grubbing, waste of time places to go. We don't need it, and we're content without any of that. And I see so many people who have tons of money, tons of toys, handfuls and handfuls of extremely high limit credit cards, big beautiful houses on the rivers or on lakes, and they don't use none of the stuff they have. They'll have it, husband and wife with 2 kids living in a 4,000 or 5,000 square foot home that they don't use. They literally don't use majority of the home. It's just that status quo, and if they lost it, they lose their minds. If something goes wrong financially, they lose their minds, because they're going to lose what materialistic crap they've bought or got on credit. And it's just, if people would learn to be content with what they have and not worry about what other people think of them because of what they don't have, this world would be a lot better place to live. There'd be a lot more love in the world, that's for sure. They say the love of money, it's money's an evil thing. If you lean on that for your happiness, it's not a good thing. But anyhow, just giving you some of my opinions and wanting to talk to you guys today. I hope y'all have a beautiful rest of your day. Love your fellow man, love each other. Don't argue, talk. Just and get out in the world and experience a little stuff. Try different things that don't take no money, and you'll see there's a lot of things out there you'll enjoy doing that don't cost a dime to do. Maybe a little bit of gas in your vehicle to get to your destination to do it or something like that, but there's so many things we can do to enjoy ourselves. Oh, anyhow, all right, guys. Love you all, and I hope y'all all have a beautiful, blessed day. Remember to say your prayers. Thank the Lord for everything you have. Thank Him for what you don't have, because a lot of stuff you don't have, you don't really need. It just causes more trouble for you in the long run. Y'all have a beautiful day.